Hi, my name is Ryan, a 32-year-old man returning home after 3 years serving as a Navy SEAL. You'd think I'd be used to the mix of emotions that come with it. The plane's descent feels both familiar and surreal, like the beginning of a long-overdue reunion with the life I left behind. Decked out in my uniform, it's not just a garment. It carries the weight of experiences, challenges, and a commitment that goes beyond words. As the wheels touch down, I can't help but wonder how much has changed and what awaits me on the home front. Little did I know the journey from the airport to my doorstep would kick off a series of events I never saw coming. So there I was, heading home after 3 intense years as a Navy SEAL. Olivia, my wonderful wife, was already on her way to the airport to receive me. I had planned to surprise her, but she has this uncanny ability to know things. A quick call spilled the beans, but it didn't matter. Olivia always had her own way of making things special. We go way back, Olivia and I, childhood friends turned high school sweethearts. I can still vividly recall those school days when she would follow me around, a bundle of energy ready to play. As the years passed, our friendship blossomed into something deeper, and on our graduation day, I proposed to her, Olivia, from the moment we met. You've been the anchor in my life, navigating me through the storms and celebrating the calm seas. Today, as we stand at the threshold of a new chapter, I want you to be by my side, not just as my best friend, but as my partner in all of life's adventures. Will you marry me? Yes, 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 I will marry you, Ryan Mitchell. At that moment, time seemed to stand still. The joyous declaration echoed through the air, sealing a promise that would carry us through the adventures and challenges that awaited. Olivia's enthusiastic triple yes filled my heart with indescribable happiness, and the world felt brighter and more meaningful as we embraced the beginning of our lifelong journey together. Our parents couldn't have been happier for us, seeing their children grow up together and choosing to spend their lives intertwined. After graduation, Olivia and I took the plunge into marriage, a joyous celebration surrounded by friends and family who had seen our love story unfold over the years. As life unfolded, so did my path, driven by a passion for serving my country. I set my sights on becoming a Navy SEAL. Olivia, my anchor through thick and thin, supported my decision wholeheartedly. She knew the challenges that lay ahead, the uncertainties and the sacrifices. Even during the toughest times, she stood by me, understanding the call of duty that echoed in my heart. There were moments, too many to count, when duty called, and I couldn't be there for her. One of the most painful instances was when she lost her father, a time when I was assigned overseas, oblivious to the storm that had hit our home. Yet Olivia is a true blessing in my life. She possesses a resilience that complements my chosen path. Not only does she forgive my absence during those crucial moments, but she also becomes my strength. She works in a school, nurturing young minds, and when she's back home, she seamlessly takes care of my mom, treating her like her own. There was a time when my dad needed me in his final moments. A duty kept me away. Olivia, my unwavering partner, stepped into my role in the family, providing the love and care that I wished I could have given. She is the embodiment of strength, love, and understanding in my life. On the plane, all I could think about was the surprise dinner I had planned for Olivia. Anticipation bubbled within me as the plane descended and the city lights came into view. The door swung open, and the familiar scent of my hometown filled the cabin. Eagerly, I made my way to the terminal, knowing Olivia was waiting for me as we discussed earlier. Olivia had agreed to be at the airport to receive me. I scanned the crowd, searching for her face. There she was, just a few steps away, but something seemed off. Even from a distance, I could sense a hint of discomfort on her face, carefully concealed as she hadn't spotted me yet. My concern deepened as I noticed a group of guys talking to her, their expressions and gestures far from reassuring. As I got closer, I heard them talking, but then Olivia saw me, pointed towards me, and smirked. I moved past those guys and hugged her. Seeing me, those guys moved away. I asked her, "Olivia, who are they?" "I don't know them. They were just random guys hitting on me." "I should have. Don't mind them. Let me see you first." During the drive, with Olivia behind the wheel, curiosity about the encounter at the airport got the better of me. I turned to Olivia, my concern evident in my voice. "Olivia, what did those guys say to you back there? You seemed really uncomfortable." Olivia took a deep breath, her eyes reflecting the annoyance she had concealed earlier. "Well, the first one walked up and said, 'Hey, aren't you too beautiful to wait here for someone?'" "Seriously?" "Yeah, and then the second one, feeling all confident, goes, 'Why don't you come with us?' He even tried to get close. Unbelievable." "What did you say?" "I told them my husband is on the way. Don't try your luck here. That's my girl." And then the third guy had the audacity to say, "We aren't that bad. What do you think about me? You handled it perfectly." The tension from the airport encounter melted away as we shared a laugh, grateful for each other's presence and the unspoken understanding that defined our relationship. As we continued our conversation, I became aware of a car trailing us. The tinted windows made it difficult to discern who might be inside, but Olivia's intuition kicked in. While glancing at the rearview mirror, she said, "I had a feeling that it was those guys. This is too much. Ryan, please, let's not escalate things. We don't know what they want, and getting into a confrontation might not be the best idea." "It depends." "Depends on what?" "Depends on the situation. If they're just being annoying, I won't give them the satisfaction. But if they escalate things, I can't promise." "I won't have a word with them." Olivia shot me a stern look, reminding me of her aversion to unnecessary confrontations. The car continued to follow us, adding an unexpected layer of tension to the daylight. As we stopped at Starbucks, Olivia and I decided to grab some coffee to gauge whether the car behind us would also come to a halt. It did. We both took our coffee, keeping a watchful eye on the car in our rearview mirror. The tension in the air was palpable, and I held off, ready for any sign of their intentions. The situation felt like a chess game, each move calculated, waiting for the opponent to reveal their strategy. The drive home felt increasingly uncomfortable, shadows of the guys trailing us, looming at every turn. They stopped at a corner near our neighborhood, their car a silent sentinel watching our every move. Olivia sensed my tension, took my hand, and spoke with a quiet resolve. "We'll call the police if they keep this up. Let's get inside. Your mom is waiting." "Okay, let's get inside." Home greeted us with its familiar embrace, a refuge from the unsettling presence outside. Evelyn, my mother, welcomed me with tearful eyes and a warm embrace. The house was filled with an air of anticipation, and I couldn't wait to catch up with Olivia on the events that unfolded in my absence. Sitting together in the cozy living room, Olivia began sharing stories about her work, our friends, and the countless moments she wished I had been there for. The joy of being reunited mingled with the ache of missed opportunities, but Olivia's resilience and love shone through, bridging the gaps time had created. As night settled in, Olivia excused herself, promising to whip up a meal that would rival any gourmet restaurant. Left alone with Mom, I couldn't help but express my gratitude. "Mom, I can't thank you enough for taking care of everything while I was away." "You're my son, Ryan. Taking care of things is what mothers do. Olivia and I managed just fine. I missed you so much, Mom." "I wish I could have been here for you and Olivia. Life has its twists and turns, dear. What matters is that you're back now, and we can create new memories together." As the evening unfolded, the three of us shared laughter, stories, and a hearty meal prepared by Olivia. The sense of being home, surrounded by the people I loved, filled my heart with a deep sense of contentment. Little did I know that the journey of reconnecting with my past and building a future would hold more surprises in the days to come. After dinner, feeling all riled up, I took Bailey, our dog, for a walk. No sign of that darn car. Seems like they called it a night. Woke up the next morning, hit the pavement for my usual run, and stuck to the routine. No sign of those creeps. But guess what? After a few days, Olivia reveals that she's been spotting that same car outside her school every time she comes home. At first, she brushed it off, but now she confides in me, expressing that it feels like they're following her everywhere she goes. What's eerie is that they never come out or show themselves. Instead, they maintain a discreet distance, making it seem like they're not really tailing her. Ryan, I didn't see anyone in the car, so I wasn't sure who that was. Don't worry, tomorrow I'll drop you off and pick you up. I'll deal with them my way. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Maybe it's nothing like that. Better be safe than sorry. I still won't take a chance. By the way, those guys, what do they look like? I didn't see their faces clearly. They were quite young, looked like college students who skipped classes. All right, the next day, I decided to drop Olivia off at her school and stay vigilant to spot that elusive car. In the morning, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. However, as the dismissal time approached, there it was, pulling up near the school parking lot. I immediately call Olivia. Olivia, take a cab. I can't come to pick you up now. What happened? You said you'd pick me up. I'll tell you everything later. For now, don't wait for me and just take a cab. Oh, okay. See you at home. I love you. Love you too. Deciding to play detective, I thought, why not give them a taste of their own medicine? Armed with a sneaky camera, I shadowed those mysterious guys just like they'd been doing to Olivia. And you know what? Olivia was spot on. They were tailing her everywhere, from the busy city streets to the quiet nooks of our neighborhood. I kept my eyes peeled, catching their every move. The night unfolded, and I used my skills to dig into who these shadowy characters were, their steps, their turns. I got it all on record. After all the detective work and finding out who those mystery guys were, I decided to shake things up a bit. Instead of barging into their territory with fists flying, I thought, why not play it cool and let them squirm a bit? So I set up this surprise dinner for Olivia right at the restaurant where one of those guys worked. Sneaky, huh? I got home to tell her, Olivia, guess what? I've got a little surprise for you tonight. A surprise? What's going on, Ryan? Well, how about we ditch the usual dinner plans and head to this new place? Trust me, it's going to be unforgettable. All right, you've piqued my interest. Let's do it. We walked into the place, humming with its usual restaurant vibes. Olivia, completely clueless about the chess game I had going on, just thought it was a regular dinner out. As the night unfolded in that dimly lit restaurant, I couldn't help but savor the anticipation hanging in the air. Olivia, engrossed in the menu, was still in the dark about the intricate chess game I was playing with the mysterious figures. The waiter, Mike, approached our table, his face caught between recognition and a hint of fear. What would you like to order, sir? Hey, Mike. The color drained from Mike's face, and for a moment, time seemed to pause. Then, with visible effort, he composed himself and came forward. Olivia, now intrigued, looked up from the menu. How do you know my name? Didn't you remember? Olivia, visibly confused, questioned our connection. I gave her a wink, a silent signal to play along. Oh, that guy is him. I don't remember you. Don't remember? I beat the crap out of you at our school. Olivia, catching on to the game, played her part seamlessly. Oh, my right, babe. You beat him so much that day that he got hospitalized. You broke his nose. How's your nose, Mike? Mike, still trying to feign forgetfulness, squirmed uncomfortably. I don't remember any of that. I think you got the wrong person, sir. Really? Aren't you Mike? I am Mike, but I don't think we were in the same school, right? That's why I thought you had no reason to follow Olivia to her school, right? Olivia understood what I meant, and she looked at Mike and said, Mike, I thought you wanted to say something. That's why you followed me all the way." "No, ma'am, I have no idea what you're talking about. Would you give me your order?" From the corner, the restaurant manager was looking at us. He came over. "May I help with anything, sir, ma'am?" Mike's hair stood on end. "Nope, it was just a misunderstanding, right, Mike?" "Ah, yeah. As we munched on our food, I kept an eye on our waiter, Mike. He was serving us seemingly oblivious to the fact that the tables were turned. I could sense a discomfort under his calm exterior. Over dinner, I played my cards strategically. There was no need for a physical showdown when you could mess with their heads, right? Olivia enjoyed her meal, patiently waiting for me to spill the beans. After realizing the game I was playing, the air was thick with suspense as I navigated the delicate balance of revealing the truth without causing a scene in the bustling restaurant. The rhythmic clinking of cutlery and the murmur of other diners provided the soundtrack to this clandestine confrontation. Olivia excused herself to the restroom, leaving me with a perfect opportunity to address Mike, the guy who had been tailing my wife. I approached, pulling him to a corner near the men's room with a playful tone. "I laid down the rules. Mike Turner, if you ever come or show up near my wife or my home, I will smash you like those peas. Do you understand?" Caught off guard and sweating, Mike could only nod in fear. I pressed further, seeking answers. "Now tell me, why were you and your friends, Leo and Jimmy, following my wife?" Mike stammered, shifting the blame to Leo. "I had no intention to do that. It was Leo's doing. He just does things for fun." Mike nodded again, visibly scared. I decided to make things clear, emphasizing the consequences. "Look, Mike, I've recorded your confession on this camera, and you know what will happen if you show up near my wife, right?" Mike couldn't say anything, only nodding in agreement. "Don't give a heads up to your friends about our little interaction, or do you know what will happen?" "Say it." "Okay." After that, Olivia and I left the restaurant. On the way, Olivia shoots me a knowing look. We've known each other since childhood, and there's nothing that can be hidden from her. Even though she doesn't say it, I can sense her thoughts. She wants to know what's going on. I decided to tell her some of it. Otherwise, she'll be worried. "Tell me." Okay. So as you know, that guy was one of them who was tailing you." "Yeah, I noticed him. At first, I didn't recognize him, but then you mentioned it, and it just clicked. He's a part-timer here. The other one works at an auto mechanic near this neighborhood, and the third one, well, he seems to be living off his parents' money without doing much else. You took one out. What's the plan for the other two?" I just shrug my shoulders while driving. She gets more curious. "Come on, I know you're up to something." "I'll just talk to them nicely." "Oh, like you would after my conversation with Mike, where he threw Leo under the bus quite easily." I sensed a bit of jealousy between these friends. It struck me as a perfect opportunity to play a little mind game. I initially assumed Mike had given a heads up to Jamie and then Leo. However, I was wrong. Mike didn't drop any hints to Leo. I discovered this when I confronted Leo in person. You know, sometimes we can go to any limit for our loved one's safety. For me, it's always like that. I approached Leo's mother as a new neighbor, engaging in friendly chit-chat. I told her I'm a professor at the same college her son attends. What a coincidence, as Jessica, Leo's mom, and I engaged in conversation. Leo came home after college. "Leo, look who's here." When he saw me, his bag slipped from his shoulder. He looked shocked and couldn't help but scream, "Ah!" "Leo, what is this? Is that the way we behave in front of our guests?" "But it's okay, Jessica. Kids are like that. If you don't mind, I would like to talk to him." "Oh, sure." Jessica left the room for us to talk. "What are you doing here?" "Nothing, just came to say hi." "What do you want?" "I know about your plan. Mike told me everything." "What plan?" "Dude, what plan? Mike told you what?" I gestured for him to come near me and spoke in a whisper so Jessica couldn't hear. "It was your plan to follow my wife, And Mike spilled all the beans last night. Want to see?" I showed him the video of Mike, and his non-believing face turned red. I went ahead. "What would your parents do if they knew their son would be arrested for stalking?" "Listen, please. You don't have to tell my mom anything." "I don't? Please listen. It's not. It was not my idea. It was all of their idea. They dragged me into this. I'm not a stalker. Please don't tell my parents." He was literally pleading, so I told him to call his friends, Jamie and Mike, to come and meet near their usual place without telling them anything about me. I observed Leo entering the garage as Mike followed suit. I discreetly emerged from my car and joined them inside. Other mechanics were there, but they seemed oblivious to my presence. My attention was drawn to a room upstairs, presumably Jim's, given my knowledge that he resides there with his brother. Listening intently and taking advantage of the slightly ajar door, I could catch snippets of their conversation. "What the hell, Mike? What did you say to him?" "What did I say, Jamie? He has a video. You didn't tell me about a video." Mike yelled, causing a commotion. "I would have said if you guys let me." His loud outburst seemed like it could be heard from outside. As an onlooker, I made sure to capture everything on video. "Dude, are you crazy? Someone could hear you." Jamie tried to cover Mike's mouth. "Wrong move." Angry Mike naturally pushed him away. "Mike, stop it. You already made a mess. It was all your idea to follow her. When I told you, let's not do this, you wouldn't listen, and then you pushed all the blame on me. And whose idea was it to go all the way to her school because she responded to us at the airport? It got interesting when she pointed at her husband like it was some kind of challenge and it was his car. So why am I the only one to blame?" Jamie slapped him right away. "What the hell, Mike?" The spark of disagreement turned into a fire as the three friends played the blaming game. "I am so done with you, Mike. You can't be my friend. You only mentioned my name in the video, and I've been out for a while. It was you two who followed her. And her hunk husband showed up at my home. What did he tell you, Jamie, that her husband showed up at his restaurant? He didn't tell you what he told him after that. Her husband came to me. He did what? Didn't you listen? He was in my house, even brought me here." Still outside the garage, Leo pointed towards my car from the window, and Mike and Jamie looked outside. That was my cue to get in. I pushed the door open and entered. "Hello, guys." "Did I interrupt your conversation?" The three of them looked at me like deer caught in headlights. "What? Cat got your tongue, Leo? Maybe your mom can wait, and Jamie, your brother Sammy is in a good mood. He won't kick you out today. But Mike, tell me one thing. Why did you want to take trouble for yourself? Looks like you don't want to save this part-time job of yours, which you got because of Jamie. You always cause trouble for your friends who give you money when you're out of it. And Jamie also gave you his car to stalk people. I'm really jealous of having friends like you." Mike still pushed his lie. "I didn't do anything." "Oh, come on." I rolled my eyes and showed him the video. "You confess everything with your own mouth, Mikey. Jamie, you and Leo, all three of you. I've collected enough evidence. Even if this video won't be accepted as evidence to send you to jail, I collected all the CCTV footage of your whereabouts, the gas stations, and the footage of my neighborhood to my wife's workplace. And if you ever get out after bail, I can still find you and beat the crap out of you all. So if you don't want to face the consequences, you will follow my advice. Stay away from my wife, her workplace, my home, and my neighborhood. If any one of you shows up anywhere I mention, I will post this online. You know what it could do to you, right?" All three of them shockingly just looked at me, and I was getting bored with their reaction. "Do you understand what I said?" All together, they nodded. "Say it. We won't show up." I looked at them one by one. I promised I would never show up. I stared at Mike for 2 more seconds, and I saw them give up. "Me too. I'm leaving for now. Behave, all of you." Their expressions revealed complete surrender. This incident not only imparted a crucial lesson, but also shattered their friendship. Following that, I went to pick up my wife, Olivia. Well, I didn't see that car today. You won't see that ever again. Olivia looked at me suspiciously, and as always, I shrugged my shoulders. You sound too sure about that. Maybe. With that, we drove off towards home.